Welcome back to Limitless Nerd, the final new episode of January and the 10th episode of the show overall. That is crazy for me to say. Did not think we would ever get this far, but here we are. And I'm very excited to have Konnor and Seth from Beyond the Dune Sea. Guys, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out. And how's it going?
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to dive into, just because it's usually a good place to kind of, you know, get to know you guys and get to know, you know, how you got into Star Wars. So what was, and you can both answer this obviously, but where did your Star Wars journeys start? Was it as a kid? Was it something you kind of stumbled into later? You know, what's your Star Wars origin story?
You want to go first?
Well, I thought as my elder.
I see how it is. Gotcha. I guess my earliest Star Wars memory would have to be. Do you remember Pogs? You know what Pogs are? You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, I mean, it sounds vaguely familiar, but
they were popular in the 90s. They were like you stacked them up. They were like jacks that you would you'd stack them all up,
okay.
and then you would slam them down. You'd have slammers, and then like you could steal each other's pogs and stuff like that. Anyway,
yes.
I saw a pog with Boba Fett on it, and I was like, "What is that?" And the back just said Boba Fett, and I'm like, "I don't know what this is, but this is cool." And it also said Star Wars on it. And that is like my earliest like memory of Star Wars, along with like watching it on like at a Thanksgiving, like as we were traveling, like they were on like TNT or something like that, or TBS, one of those channels. And like going throughout the day trying to see more of this story as it was unfolding. So those are the kind of my two I guess that's my Star Wars origin story, is my earliest memories of it.
You heard what I said about elders, right? Listen to that. Hey, I had Pogs too when I was a kid.
Okay, all right. So you know what Pogs are?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, all right, okay.
For me, my earliest, so rather when I maybe got really invested, when I was younger, my great grandfather was often in the hospital toward the end of his life, and he was at the ICU for a pretty extended period of time, and my mom wanted to go spend the weekend at the hospital because we wanted to make sure somebody was with him at all times, and she wanted to give my grandma a break. So we went and we kind of camped out in the waiting room, and they had a little VHS cart, a TV with a bunch of VHSs in it. I'm thumbing through them, trying to find something to keep my attention for a little bit. And Star Wars. What's that? Not A New Hope, just the original VHS.
Yeah, I believe it's this VHS that's hiding back here.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that's the one. And like, okay, why not? I'll pop it in. So popped it in, and rest is pretty much history. I was glued to that. I watched it several times that weekend that we stayed. I was so enamored by the duel on the Death Star, and Vader versus Obi-Wan Kenobi, and of course the trench run at the end. So after that, I recalled the following week. Fortunately, that visit, my great grandfather was able to get out of the hospital, and my mamaw had a membership at a local video store. And I said, "Mamaw, you got to, I think there's more of these movies that I watched. You got to take me, and I got to rent some of these." And she said, "All right, let's go." And they had all those very nostalgic, the DVD release of them, and they had all up at that point. Revenge of the Sith wasn't out yet, so it was just all up to Attack of the Clones, and we rented all of them. I went home and watched them all. So been a fan ever since. Yeah. How about you? What's your story? What happened? Hello? Can you hear us?
Yeah, so
trying to stop us in our track. Yeah.
But I mean, my Star Wars origin is actually fairly similar to yours, Konnor. My uncle invited me over before Revenge of the Sith had come out, and we watched the original trilogy. and he had all of his Kenner figures from from his childhood, and we were just having a great time. And we got through the original trilogy, and we watched Phantom Menace, and I was like, okay, great, because that's all I knew about at the time. And I was like, okay, great, we're caught up on Star Wars no more. And he was like, well, there's one more, because Attack of the Clones, I guess, it just must have just come out on DVD. And he was like, there's one more if you want to watch it. And I was like, obviously I want to watch it. I'm hooked and obsessed at this point. And then, watched Attack of the Clones. And I remember seeing Revenge of the Sith in theaters when I would have been like 7 at the time. And, then got hooked on Clone Wars and just, kept going from there. But when did the love for Star Wars that you both obviously have, when did that translate into the content? When did that translate to let's talk about it on the internet?
Well, so both of us have backgrounds in filmmaking, and so we've always done something with a camera here and there. Both have had experience making content, if you will, in various different forms. Star Wars specifically really came when we met. So we met just after COVID. Actually, everybody thinks that we're like lifelong friends. It's not so.
No, the tale of the Dune Sea is
rather short.
It is very short. Yeah.
So I do toy photography. That's something I really enjoy.
Yes.
I do it a little too.
I was about to say, okay.
Me too.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Cool.
Yeah. Man, you'll have to send me some stuff you've done. I'm really interested to look at. It's fun. It's a nice niche little hobby. And basically, right after businesses are starting to open back up in COVID, the local local toy store in town, I would go to try to support the local business and pick up some stuff for photography. And I happened to see this bozo there several times. And I'm like, man, this guy's always in here. What's the deal? And one of the days I got to really know the owner of the toy store, and I was showing him some the stuff that I had done, some of the films that I had made. And Seth walked up and he was like, hey, I know where you filmed that. Like I filmed in that same location. I'm like, oh, you do that too, huh? And then we chatted and decided to kind of get together to take some photos. What was that first one that we took? Do you remember?
Captain America.
Hot Toys Captain America.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Took some of those photos, and we'd get together from time to time and do that. And he kept bugging me. He's like, we got to get out there and do something.
Should make something.
We should make something. We gotta beyond these silly photos. We got to go shoot something.
Yeah.
And I was,
because you'd sat me down. You're like, you want to see some of my films? I'm like, sure, let's watch some of your films. And then showed you some of mine. And it was like, come on, we got to make something.
Yeah.
Got to do something. So, yeah.
But I was at this point in my life, I was very jaded because I'd had some bad experiences with filmmaking. I'm like, forget it. I'm hanging up the camera. I'm done. And he's like, nah, you got to get back out there. So he wore me down.
You got one more in you.
And we made a short film. It's something silly. It was just
tic-tac-toe.
It was about tic-tac-toe, but it was like over the top. It's serious, like an anime. It was so bizarre. But realized afterward, it reignited my love for this kind of stuff. And I realized more than anything, I'm like, this guy, I've never worked with anybody like him. Like he what he says he's going to do, he brings to the table plus 150%, and right at that time, Ahsoka was on the horizon. It was going to be coming out that fall. And I had always wanted to do something like this, like Beyond the Dune Sea. I had always wanted to do something similar. And I brought it up to him. I was like, hey, what are your thoughts on this? And it's funny. It was originally it was supposed to just be a little side thing.
It was supposed to be like kind of like the variety hour, basically. Yeah.
Something that I would do on the side, and I was going to make content by myself. Realized quickly after that first episode, it's like, this is the talent, not me. Like I can work a camera, but it became immediately clear to me. It's like, he's the secret sauce. And like already we were doing this because by that point we had been friends during Mandalorian, Clone Wars, or rather Obi-Wan Kenobi. And so he would call me after every episode would air. We talked for like an hour and a half. And so we're like, why don't we just do that? Just film it. We do it anyway.
Yeah.
And so after that first recording, we were like, realized right away, they're like, we thought we had something special there. Like it was there was something to this thing, and it kind of exploded from there. And we always say that like we have exaggerated authenticity, is what we like to say. So like we're really friends, like we're actually friends behind the camera.
Yeah.
But we're also very technical, or at least I am. And I like to, the great puzzle of the show is my favorite thing that we do. And he really shines in being that kind of on camera personality and bringing the fun and the heart. So yeah, it was an amalgam of a lot of things, I guess you could say. Just us becoming friends, our love for filmmaking and photography, and of course our love for Star Wars. Like I said, we were doing that anyway, so why not film it?
Yeah, it's I'm realizing the more and more I talk to you guys that I have a lot more in common with you than I guess realized.
Yeah.
You know, I also have a background in journalism and media, and have been behind a camera for a very long time.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Okay. Have you ever made a Batman film?
I have not.
Okay.
Man,
yeah.
Could have been 3 peas in a pod. Right
That'd be
there.
crazy because we both made a Batman film. It was just 10 years apart, basically. Yeah. Didn't have any idea. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean the behind the camera stuff and the toy photography, I definitely don't know that mine is at the level of yours that I've seen, but you know.
Oh, nonsense.
But
You have to send me some.
yeah,
Be curious
yeah.
to look at.
And you know, I definitely, you know, I was watching your um sequels killed Star Wars last night, and you know, you could definitely tell the filmmaking aspects that you guys both bring to the table with the, you know, the kind of investigation kind of skit aspect of it. And those are really good videos. If somebody's watching this that hasn't seen those,
Appreciate
definitely,
it.
definitely go check those out. But you know, when did the you know, I want to ask you about your set, because and kind of that also kind of leads into the vibe I feel like your show has, because I mean it definitely feels like, you know, hanging out with friends in the basement, I guess, you know, just kind of talking about all your nerdy stuff. I don't know if that was really the idea that you were going
Dude,
for.
it's like I gave you a press release.
That's it.
That's the motto.
You nailed it.
Like word for word. That is that is our
mantra,
mission statement.
Yeah.
We want our show to feel like you're hanging out with your friends in the basement talking about goofy stuff. It's wild how like you got that word for word.
That's
Did
good.
I tell you that beforehand?
No. No, that's I mean, but I mean genuinely, because I mean one of the first episodes of your show that I saw was the Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary episode, where you guys were talking about, you know, just everything that was going on when Revenge of the Sith kind of took over the world, so to speak. And I'm, you know, that's automatically the vibe that I got. And I was like, I could be sitting in the room with these guys having this conversation 100%.
No idea how much we appreciate that. Because
that's cool.
We work for, that's, like I said, the great puzzle of the show is what I enjoy the most. That's it. Like I want to create an experience for people. And this is something we say behind the camera a lot, is like our videos are not free. They cost our audience their time. And so
got to make things that are worth their time.
And so what are we giving the audience in exchange for that time?
Yeah.
And so having a clear vision is not, and it sounds like, man, again, you made my heart sore there, like with the spelling that out, because that is our goal. We want people to feel like they're in the room with us and they're just hanging out, because you need that sometimes. You need a little bit of just chilling with your buddies, you know?
Yeah. And I mean, I approach it in a very similar way. You know, I've had people ask me, you know, why now did you decide to do this? You know, what's the goal? What's the purpose? And I'm like, I just want to talk to cool people about Star Wars.
Right. Yeah. What's better than that?
You know, meet new people and hear new stories and everything like that. When it, you know, Star Wars for me for a long time was something that I just it was kind of just my thing. You know, I didn't have any friends growing up that, you know, they would go see the movies when they came out, but they weren't, you know, fans, I guess. And, you know, so it was very much a solitary thing for the longest time. And you know, here in the past, you know, year or two, I've really dove into, you know, the different communities that are out there, and you know, getting to meet people like the two of you and Will and Grayson, and I can just, you know, keep going on and on and on. But you know, that's really it's really changed the game just for me personally, to be able to have those conversations. And you know, I was like, you know what, these are conversations that I think deserve to be on camera, I guess.
Yeah,
But
Mhm.
of course.
you know, so just to be able to build those relationships and those, you know, that conversation. So
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
that-
fellowship within the community is so important, and
yeah,
I found that it's such an inviting community. You know, it's the Star Wars community. Sometimes the Star Wars community gets a bad rap, rightfully so.
yes,
Sometimes, and
for
I
sure.
think that we've seen a resurgence in the past few years. With, I mean, you mentioned Will and Grayson. What a great example of people who are
Yeah,
out there making a difference in what it means to be, you know, a Star Wars community. We like to think we try to do something similar over here,
yeah,
and you know, folks like you out there, folks like Jeremy Blore, you know, folks like gosh,
Mhm.
there's so many more that I'm spacing on, but
Yeah.
have created. So Hannah from the Race Side, you know,
Mhm.
yep,
has created such a great community, great place to hang out, where you know we could just vibe. It's okay if you like this thing or you don't
Mhm.
like this thing. We're all friends at the end of the day, you know.
yeah.
Cameron, have you heard the Star Wars campfire theory?
I have not.
Where like the idea that like you can have these kind of like changes in canon, like slight changes because it's like a campfire story, like different people are just telling the story, same root idea. Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I kind of picture Star Wars as like the ultimate campfire. It's the ultimate reason for people to sit down and converse and have good conversations. Star Wars is that thing that we kind of all rally
ab-
behind, basically, or rally around.
abs-
Mhm.
absolutely. That's my
Yeah.
new favorite idea, and I can't promise you I won't steal that from you.
Steal it.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Steal anything you want.
But
Yeah.
you know, I mean, yeah, when I started kind of putting the show together and what I wanted it to be, I mean, you know, Will and Grayson, the two of you, Hannah, like you said, from the Ray side, you know, y'all were all some of the very first names that I wrote down, you know, as far as who I wanted to try to, you know, have, just because, you know, like I said, being in your streams and watching your videos and stuff, that's the feeling that I got from all of you. And I was just like, I have to be find a way to wiggle myself in there and be a part of this conversation with these people that are already doing it. So
Well,
but
that's great company to keep.
Yeah.
So we're
through
flattered that you
Yeah.
put us in
yeah,
such a great echelon of great individuals there.
Yes. I was gonna say the fact that it's always it's wild that just I don't know, like, I still have a hard time wrapping my head around that, like, people like to watch us, if
Yeah,
that makes
like to
sense, and, like
watch us yap and
yeah,
talk
and
about
it's like,
stuff.
"Oh, no, I'm in your chat, and I enjoy being in your chat," and I'm just like, "Wild." Like, I just like yeah, that,
yeah,
if I'm being real transparent, that still blows my mind, so thank you. I'm
yeah,
happy that that you're finding fellowship in the chat and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
for
Mhm.
sure. And I mean, through your show Beyond the Dune Sea, I mean, you've gotten to go to conventions and you've gotten to interview some pretty interesting people that have been a part of Star Wars. Do you have an experience or an interview or a convention or a memory that kind of sticks out to you that you have gotten to do because of the show?
I know what your answer is going to be, so you
I
go
got I
ahead.
got 2, really.
All right, you go first. Go ahead.
Gotcha. Well, talking to Aiden Cook
Oh, that was
was
great.
awesome. Yeah, which, uh, he's kinda a lot of different characters in Star Wars that he's Boyo
Rise of
from Rise
Skywalker.
of Skywalker, he's Two Tubes from Andor,
Yeah.
he's, I'm trying to think of he's the in he's
Quad Paw,
yeah,
Dr. Quad Paw
yeah, he's, doing the
from
surgery,
Andor.
yeah, also in Andor,
Oh yeah, yeah.
but just talking to him and getting to share tales of behind the scenes was really, really cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a great time.
Mhm. Yeah. And then I played Star Wars Unlimited with Mark Thompson,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
which
cool.
yeah. So and that was that was all just crazy how all that kind of like
Yeah.
fell. That it was just kind of like we talked the first day, and then the next day uh he was like, "Hey, I brought my cards. Would you want to play?" Like, cuz we were at ICCCC, and it's not a super big convention. Like, you can just walk around,
Yeah.
you'll see everybody. Yeah. Um and the next thing I know, he's got a bag full of cards and he's just smiling at me. I'm like, "Oh, I guess we're doing this." And I just told him, I'm like, "I got to go play Star Wars Unlimited with Mark Thompson. I'm sorry." And yeah, so I got to play some Star Wars Unlimited with Mark Thompson,
Sitting
and
behind his booth the whole convention.
yeah, just hanging out. Yeah, so that was cool. Again, great guy. So
Yeah.
yeah, cool guy.
I would say for me,
You went to Japan, man.
Yeah,
How's that not on there?
Well, that was
Getting to hang out with Cause 3D. That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's a convention memory. Okay, so I'll separate. There's a
yeah.
convention memory and an interview memory.
Mhm.
So Star Wars Celebration was wild because there's so much kindness that was put my way for that. So
I'm
Tony,
jealous.
Star Wars Sith 66,
Yeah.
he gave me a ticket, and like that was unbelievable. I was talking to him about it, and he's like, "Hey, I got an extra one. You can have it." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" He's like, "No, for real, do it." I'm like, "Nah, I can't. And I'm making all kinds of excuses, and he kept bugging me about it. And it's like, "Come on, you got it." And I'm like, "Okay, fine. If I find a plane ticket for under this price, I'll do it." Sure enough, I found a plane ticket for that price, and I was like, "All right, if you're sure, I'll do it." And he said, "Yes, let's do it." So that just the kindness there is unbelievable. But my favorite memory from that convention, because it was a very busy convention, and I was really busy making content throughout that convention, and so I don't feel like I got to really experience it as a fan, which is fine. I was happy to be there for what I was there for. But in one of the evenings, Cause 3D, Zach and Kyle, they're another channel. They do props and 3D printing and things like that. We had connected with them at a convention. Sent me a message and was like, "Hey, are you in Japan?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here." And they're like, "Hey, we'd love to take you out to dinner." I said, "Oh, sure. I'll come and we go out to dinner. That sounds like fun." And I really wanted to go retro game hunting while I was there. And so I went out, and I was kind of bummed because I told them, I'm like, they met me. They said, "Yeah, what were you out in this way for?" We went to Akihabara, which is kind of the tech center there in Tokyo, touristy area. I told him, like, "Yeah, I'm out kind of doing some retro game hunting, but let's go out to dinner." I said, "All these places are going to close anyway." And they said, "Well, if they're going to close, let's just go together." And I was like, "Are you sure? You sure you want to do that?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it." Dude, we had a blast. That was so much fun. We just went, just all three of us, and we got to be pretty good friends, and we've collaborated with them a couple times since. And it's really good folks. So that's one of my favorite convention memories. I know that's not really Star Wars. It was Star Wars convention celebration, but my favorite interview, that's tough. We've been fortunate to be able to connect with several folks. Talking to Brendan Wayne, who plays the Mandalorian, was really cool. Such a humbling conversation because he was so nice. He was just like so down to earth.
He's
like,
so cool.
One of these days, we got to get him actually on the show because we exchanged information, and that was cool. I had a really long conversation with Roger Christian. I didn't interview him. I just talked to him. He's the guy he designed the original Graphics lightsaber. He designed the Millennium Falcon and R2D2. He was the production art director for A New Hope.
You also got to meet Robo Don't Know.
I did.
Which is
if
cool.
You're with Robo Don't Know, Floosh fame. I got
to meet him. Just out of nowhere.
He was at ICCC last year, and I just ran into him. Gosh, we talked forever.
Yeah.
I'm
super jelly.
Another really nice guy.
Me too.
Super jelly. Yeah.
Me
but
too.
Probably my favorite ultimately would be Timothy Zahn. We were at that first.
We had to have annoyed him so much.
Well, I thought that at first. Man, he was having I think he was having fun.
Yeah.
Myself,
picking his brain about random stuff.
And Will, we were over at his booth all weekend.
Every day.
And just we had a new question for him.
Yeah, just something random.
And he would he would humor us. He talked so long about like, "You want to hear how I'd fix Han Solo in The Force Awakens?"
Yes.
Yeah, hear it.
Tell us.
Yes, please.
Tell us, Papa.
Yes.
Giving us all, like, Grayson came over one day. He's like, "Hey, I'm running a D&D campaign and Mara Jade's in it. I need your advice." He's like, "Listen." He's
got real serious. Yeah.
We filmed an interview with him. Unfortunately, the audio got corrupted and I was never able to post it. But that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I know I just talked for a long time about random stuff, but
Yeah, I mean, Timothy Zahn is great. I've been fortunate enough to meet him, as well as
oh really? Yes.
Brendan Wayne, and Roger
Mhm.
Christian, and
Were you at ICCC?
I was not. That is a
Okay.
show that everybody is very much telling me I need to get to. So it
That one, Rebel
probably
Scum Con's another good one.
yes. Well, Rebel ScumCon is 45 minutes away from my house. So
Oh, so you'll be there. We'll see you there.
oh yeah,
We're planning on
100%.
attending.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, 100%. I mean, I've been friends with Bobby and Josh and the guys that run Rebel ScumCon. I've been friends with them for over a decade. So
Well, look at that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I
yeah,
had a very
well, definitely. Yeah, Rebel ScumCon is 100% my my home show. You could
good,
say,
good.
but
I just so happened to
ICCC
be in line
is
with Dante, with Dante
yeah,
and
yeah,
at Celebration. We were both at the Hasbro booth. I looked at it and I'm like, because I saw the logo, he had the hat on. I'm like, Rebel
yeah,
Scum Con, we chatted for a little bit and had a good time. So we're very excited to
yeah.
go there.
Yeah, I definitely hope to meet you guys there. But yeah, ICCC is one that it's on the list. I'm saving for Celebration in 27 right now, so
Aren't we
ICCC
all?
Yeah.
may not get on the calendar until after that, but you know, that's definitely one that is on my radar. I've never been to a Celebration, so I'm hoping 2027 will change that. Just because, you know, Celebration is on, I think, every Star Wars fan's bucket list.
Yeah,
You
absolutely.
know, but yeah, I would love to get to more conventions outside of just the ones in my area, but I mean, Rebel Scum Con, I can't, you know,
No, I get it,
so
man. They get
close, you
expensive.
know, so close and everything like that. So, okay, I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Yes.
So,
What do we got?
favorite Star Wars character or top
You
2
said
or
rapid
3
fire.
if you
Let's go.
have
Okay, how many?
have them ready.
How many?
However many, 3.
I don't. I like Han. I like Anakin Vader, and Din Djarin. Sure, there's 3.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Konnor?
Anakin Vader, Luke Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I'm very glad that you're not going to be like Empire Magazine and count Anakin and Vader as 2 separate characters.
Oh my gosh, I hate that so much. That is a deep pet peeve of mine. Yes.
Me too. Yeah, no, that list drove me insane. Their top 50 list. But favorite Star Wars movie?
Return of the Jedi.
Revenge of the Sith.
Amazing.
What's
Favorite
yours?
show? Mine is it's probably either Empire or Revenge of the Sith. It changes.
Good choices.
Okay.
Yeah. It's basic, but it's the best answer. Favorite show?
Mandalorian or Bad Batch.
Perfect.
Man. Ahsoka or Clone Wars?
Perfect. Mine would have been Ahsoka, Clone Wars, or Mando. So,
Yeah.
I know you guys do a book podcast kind of on the side with Will and Grayson. Do you have a favorite Star Wars book?
Darth Bane, Path of Destruction.
Mine is either the Revenge of the Sith novelization or Darth Plagueis.
Very nice.
Those are pretty close in my book.
I picked up my deluxe edition of Revenge of the Sith, and I have not read it yet because I'm currently reading Master of Evil. So those are finishing Master of Evil.
We just finished it. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then reading Revenge of the Sith are on the list. Favorite Star Wars video game?
Come on, you know the answer to that.
Battlefront 2, I guess.
New Battlefront 2.
Yeah, 2017.
Oh, new Battlefront 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the original Force Unleashed.
Okay. I'm an original Battlefront 2 guy.
Gotcha.
Me too.
I didn't have a
Yeah.
PlayStation 2, so I had an Xbox and didn't have that game. So
I'm
I had the
also
Revenge of
a
the Sith game.
I also love the Revenge of the Sith game. Lego Complete
Mhm.
Saga, can't go wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
My heart of hearts probably is Lego Star Wars, the video game on the Game Boy Advance. But if
Oh
I'm
wow,
like trying to
yeah,
be, because that's mostly nostalgia, but if I'm being real, it's probably Force Unleashed 1 or maybe Fallen Order. I really liked Fallen Order.
yeah. Fallen Order and Survivor were very good. I know you guys have a lot of collectibles on your set. Do you have a favorite collectible as a collector? I have to ask that.
Hmm.
I have a production cell from Gendy Tartakovsky's Clone Wars. It's like it's not really a cell. It's like it's a sketch. It's the base layer, and it's when
Yeah.
Obi-Wan's doing the Akira slide when he's
Oh
fighting
yeah.
Dirge.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
dude.
probably my favorite Star Wars thing that I own.
Yeah, dude.
So, yeah, like it's well, it's my favorite piece of memorabilia. There's like a book that I have when I was a kid that was at the school library that I eventually was
Yeah.
able to purchase. That has a lot of memories. But yeah.
For
As a
me, I always
collector,
have
I
to,
know that that's an impossible question.
Mhm.
it is. But at the same time, I always have to tell people we get this question a lot because of the set, but I'm not really a collector per se. I collect video games. That's the thing I collect. And so probably my favorite Star Wars thing that I have is I have complete in box for the Game Boy Advance Lego Star Wars the video game. It's actually over here. It's just out of reach and I can't grab it. But that's probably my favorite thing. I don't know another one. I'm not really attached to a lot of the stuff on the set. I know that sounds odd. Like there are some things that I would never get rid of, but I have this stuff mostly for like taking photos, or maybe it's just set dressing. But I wouldn't call myself a collector per se, at least when it comes to that kind of stuff. Definitely a video game collector.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How about you? I see a
But
lot of your stuff back there. What's your favorite?
oh gosh. I had a feeling this question was coming. It really is, and I'll grab it just because it's right here. So I got this right when it came out. And the cool thing about this is over the last handful of years that I've been going to conventions, I've been adding signatures to it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's
cool.
cool.
So
Yeah.
I've got Rosario and Ashley and Sam, and there's like, I want to say there's like 20 plus signatures in here now. Everybody for the
What a
dark
neat
saber.
idea.
That's
You
cool.
got Tia Sakar and Giancarlo and Katie and Sam
Oh, wow, that's
uh,
awesome.
That's cool.
and Roger Christian here in the very front.
Okay.
Yeah.
But every time I can find somebody with a lightsaber, I've got John Boyega is in here, and
That's cool.
James Arnold Taylor and Matt Lanter, and so building onto that for the last couple of years, going to conventions has been cool. But beyond that, I'll say probably the lightsaber that I built at Galaxy's Edge. That whole experience of going to Savi's workshop is just kind of irreplaceable. If you
Very
haven't
cool.
gotten to do that yet, you definitely need to.
One of these days.
Yeah, it's on the bucket list. Neither of us have been.
Yeah.
So we're like, well, we probably should go for the show at some point.
Yeah, Galaxy's Edge is Galaxy's Edge is something that will get to you, tug
Mhm.
at the nostalgia and the heartstrings a little bit. But I'm curious, you guys on your show a lot, you go back and forth about different rankings and things of that nature. Do you guys have a Star Wars hot take that you guys can just not agree on?
Oh, plenty.
I mean, where does the Obi-Wan Kenobi show sit? Is it good? Does it have its moments? Is it just was it even worth it in the end? I
No,
mean, that's
no joke. The Obi-Wan Kenobi show like jeopardized our friendship for a while. So when that show was coming out, I said like he'd call me every episode,
Yeah.
I was really enjoying it, and I was getting frustrated by people who hated it. I'm like, come on, guys, this is fun. Stop it. And it was that finale. I'm like, okay, surely Seth liked this one. Surely he was on board with this episode. No, he hated it. Hated it. He's like just tearing it down and tearing me down, and I started tearing him down in return. And actually, we actually kind of got mad at each other there for a little bit. So that's been a recurring joke back and forth with the rankings and with other stuff, is that we just don't agree on that show. Grant, I don't think it's perfect. I just like it a little more than most people, it seems like. So
do you think it should have been a movie?
Yes, 100%.
Amen.
100%.
Okay.
Gosh.
Okay,
Yeah.
at least we can all agree on that.
Mhm.
Seth,
The
what
other
about
one,
you?
the one that's kind of fun is I like Lando's Falcon a lot. Like with the how sleek it is with the blue and with the escape pod in the forks.
Another thing that does come up, I have this kind of like I don't know, merry band of characters that I don't really like, but everybody else seems to really like them. And so we do fight about that a lot.
What are they, Seth?
I'm so curious who's on this list now.
Yeah,
Who's on the list?
I'm not a super big fan of. I don't really like Qui-Gon that much. I don't really like Darth Maul that much. I don't really like Cad Bane that much, and I think Ahsoka's all right. They're like my Mount Rushmore of like just that. They're all overhyped.
I can agree with you on Qui-Gon. Like, I like Qui-Gon, but he's not like my favorite character. Maul and Ahsoka are my 1 and 2, so we can't. That one's rough. And then Cad Bane is just, I mean, he's definitely the kind of the rule of cool thing, where it kind of feels like he was partially designed just to look cool and sell merch.
Yeah, I know, that drives me nuts.
I love it.
But I mean, there's a ton of characters you could clump into that category. I mean, Boba Fett kind of gave off that impression at first, and Maul and Phantom Menace, and
but hold on, what happened to Boba Fett? He fell in the Sarlacc. My goodness, Cad Bane's never had a moment like that. It's just that
he didn't get killed at the end of Book of Boba Fett.
Allegedly killed. His chest is blinking. Connor, that's what's his little buddy's name?
Toto.
Toto's coming to get him.
Green's coming to rescue.
Yep. Watch, he's gonna be scooping him up off the ground. Can't wait, because he'll just show back up because he's like a cockroach.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, it's funny to me because Maul was very much kind of that rule of cool character in Phantom Menace. He had like next to no dialogue. He had a cool fight, and then for the longest time, everybody thought he was dead. But he kind of changed my mind, because he honestly, and after Shadow Lord comes out, I feel like he's probably in the conversation for one of the most well-developed characters in Star Wars at this point. So it is definitely possible. I did. I was going to ask you guys about that trailer. What did you, since we're talking about Maul, what'd you guys think of that trailer?
What'd you think? The Maul hater, what'd you think?
Well, I'm okay. So there was 2 things that really excited me about the trailer. One, he's talking to Rook Cast in it. Yes. So at least I think it's her. Looks a lot like her.
It is. She was confirmed.
Okay. So I'm like, cool. I want to know what's going on with like her and all the other Mandalorians. Like she was one of the first, like, she's probably the armorer. I want to see that. I want to see how that ends up. Yeah, at least I've
never heard that theory.
Oh, you've never heard that? Oh, no. Okay.
I love that though.
Yeah, because she's got the spikes. She's like a Mandalorian essentially already. Yeah. So I'm wondering, or horns, I guess.
Love that theory.
Yeah, so I don't know, maybe not, but I always thought that seemed like a natural thing, that like as the Mandalorians went into hiding, she started doing the whole Death Watch thing again, basically. So that, and then I'm a big fan. Here I am talking about characters I don't like. I like Marok from Ahsoka, and he's showing back up. Yeah, I'm like, dude, talk about rule of cool. I think that's like one of the coolest masks ever in Star Wars. He's like a Star Wars medieval knight. Like, I'm here for that. Yeah, dude. And so, what? Okay, I'm excited for him to show back up in it. Yeah. And yes, I've slowed it down. I don't think that's him getting killed at the end of the trailer.
I
'Cause Darth
can't
Maul,
tell.
well, so he doesn't have a belt on and like pouches, and whoever Maul slashes through at the end has a belt and pouches on. So I'm like, I think they just cut it. That's a different person he's slashing through.
Did you notice, by the way, because I also slowed it down, that Maul has a slash on his back?
No. Did
No, I
did
didn't see
Marak
that
nick
either.
him? Did my
Maybe.
boy nick him?
Maybe.
Oh man, I love
Oh,
it.
He
man.
does, though. He has like a cross slash on his back.
Oh man. So yeah,
Yeah.
those are the two things that really pump me up. I don't know. I feel like I could talk an hour about it though. That's the whole thing. Is I don't want. Do you guys think there's gonna be a time skip in it? Because I think that like just looking at the different stuff. I don't know, because I feel like that the old guy is like the Jedi that like survived Order 66. He has a Padawan. He's gonna end up getting killed, and Maul's gonna end up taking her under his wing. And yeah, I don't know. But then there's the Inquisitorius and stuff like that. And so
I
I'm like,
mean,
I wonder if I can take a
I
little bit of time skip.
well, I read somewhere, I don't know where I read this, and I don't know if it was true. I saw somewhere, I saw a year after the end of the
Yeah.
Clone Wars, but
It's a year.
also it can't be that far in the future because the all I know to call him is the Bird Inquisitor. He is
Yeah, the
around,
first.
and he can't stay around that long because he has to go get killed by Ahsoka. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's got to be before that.
Yeah.
So
And it's got to
maybe
be when
maybe a
did Tales
little.
of the Empire happen? Because they're both in Tales of the Empire.
That's true too.
So yeah.
I don't know.
about that.
Yeah. What'd you think about it?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's
I'll
just-
be honest. Like, even though I really like Maul, I'm skeptical of this show. I hate to be like the Debbie Downer on it, but I thought that Maul had a really great story, like a great beginning, a great re-beginning in Clone Wars, and then a really great end to his story. And so I'm not the biggest fan of like filling in every gap with characters. I think this is starting to
agree.
happen. Well, not starting to. I guess it's happened a lot with Darth Vader. It's a problem with his character, I think. In fact, it's an issue I have with Master of Evil is like, I don't feel like you're able to do anything with the character because you got a comic that takes place before, you got another comic that takes place afterward. And so you don't have any room to grow the character. I think there's a little bit of room you can take Maul. He is different in Rebels. He's more sage-like. I think that this is clearly the avenue to get him to fight Vader because he's like, I cannot fight Vader alone. So like that's intriguing. I want to see him being a master is really fascinating to me. I saw Sam Witwer say that he's kind of like Joker after the death of Batman. Like, what does he do when his enemy is gone? So the Jedi are gone. Now what? And so that does intrigue me. I'm cautiously optimistic is what I'll say. Like the trailer I thought was good, but I'm going to need a little bit more. I don't know. I think it's going to be the actual show that's going to turn me one way or the other.
Give me Palpatine.
Give me Palpatine.
Yeah. If you give me Palpatine anytime, I can have a little bit more Palpatine. I'm fine with that.
What did you think of the trailer?
As a big Maul, fan, I will say though, I do agree with you that I think we are nearing the point of Maul fatigue. I'm also not a fan of, you have to fill in every single nook and cranny of the story. You have to be able to sit there and watch it in 100% completion. And, like you say with Darth Vader, I think he's definitely getting to the point where he's almost too explored. I think we run that risk with Mando, especially if the rumor that he's still getting a season 4 after the movie is true.
Okay.
I think, but Dave Filoni likes to play in his own sandbox with the Ahsoka and Mando and Maul and the Rebels crew and everybody that he's kind of taken as his. But I liked the trailer. It has definitely piqued my interest. But I do think that with what we've seen in Clone Wars and what we know his ending is in Rebels, I think Shadow Lord, we don't know if it's going to get more than one season. I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't, just
Well,
because I do
I
feel
read
like
today
you get
it's
to that
10
point.
episodes, which is kind of
Yeah,
short, right?
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Other thought.
yeah.
I'm really hoping that we get to see something with Kira. And we kind of connect the links to him and
Yes,
Solo.
We would need a big
yes,
time jump for that. But
Yeah.
yes, that would be cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
At least
I hope.
start like the whole
Yeah,
Crimson Dawn.
yeah.
Mhm.
I would love to see. Maybe not Kira, because I think that jumps maybe a little bit too far in the future, but possibly Dryden Voss, who we know he
Mhm.
was already talking to at the end of Clone Wars.
Yep.
Um, so I would love to kind of tie it back into Solo just a little bit, because I'm a big Solo defender.
Hey, us too. Solo's
Yep.
great.
We like Solo.
But yeah, I mean, I am excited for it. But I think Konnor, you said it pretty well, that I think we are getting to the point where we need to kind of put Maul in the
Put him on the
corner and
shelf.
just
Yep.
kind of let his story be as complete as it is now, especially being that character that I don't think was originally designed to be a character. I think he was designed to fight cool and die.
Right.
And then, through Clone Wars and stuff, we've turned him into an actual character. So,
Yeah. Well, Star Wars is unique in the way that it's always been nonlinear storytelling. And so I think the problem you have is you have a lot of these characters have a start and they have an end. There's only so much you can fill that in with, because you mentioned Din
yeah,
Djarin. He has the benefit we don't know how his story ends. He could go off
true.
into in infinity. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But
Very true.
with Darth Vader, we know how his story ends, and he doesn't have that long of a life, and neither does Darth Maul.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the more we fill in, the less mystery we add to the characters. That's just what I'm worried about. But at the same time, Lucasfilm Animation cooks most of the time.
Yes.
I'll let them cook. We'll see.
I 100% agree. So I've got a game for you guys.
All right.
I will let you decide if you would like to work together, or if you would like to go against each other. This is a blind ranking, but I don't know your category. We are going to draw it out of here.
Oh, perfect. This is right up our
So
alley.
I can give you one to work on together. I can give you each a different one and let the other person judge you silently while you do it. However you guys would like to do it.
You want to team up? You want to be opponents?
We could be on a team. We're
All right.
we're often against each other, so maybe together as a team. Yeah.
Okay, together as a team. So I
Look
will
at
mix
the
this up.
protag and the antagonist just are working together.
Just hanging out.
And
That's your favorite.
It's my favorite writing
I was
trope.
gonna say you love that. I love enemies to lovers. I'm just.
Okay.
And we will
Change my mind. Can we be opposite? No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Let's see. Let's try to get something that we haven't already talked about. Because we've talked about some of this stuff, or some of these categories already. Oh my gosh, they're all stuck together now. They've been in here for too long.
Story of our life. Every time we do a ranking, everything's stuck together.
It's true. Got to cut more magnets.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, they're all stuck together. Did I take one out and not put it back in here? I must have. Now the one that I was actually kind of wanting you guys to do, I now can't find. Oh no, there it is. So
all right.
This is not as random as originally intended, but that's okay.
It's okay. Whatever. You gotta skew it for us for a good response. Sure.
We are going to do lightsabers. And I know this is an episode that you got a ranking that you guys have done before. But I am interested to see if your opinions have changed or if you can work together. So we are going to do 1 through 10, since you are working together.
Okay.
and I'm going to give you 10 lightsabers at random, and you are going to have to work together to place them 1 through 10.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay.
The first one I will give you is Kylo Ren.
Oh, 1 through 10.
I gotta
Okay, so
gotta
first
see
one.
how you feel about the cross guard.
Can't be number 1.
No, duh.
Top 5?
Yeah. I'm thinking 5 or 4. Maybe 6. 5, 4, or 6.
Let's go with 5.
Okay, 5.
I like Kylo Ren's lightsaber.
Yeah, I like it too.
5. Split the middle.
It roars.
Now
Okay.
it's going to be like 9 Depa-Balabas.
Yeah,
and
it
we
would
gotta,
Ahsoka. Anyway.
Let's see. I'll give you Ahsoka's white ones from Rebels and the Ahsoka series.
You don't like these, do you?
Yeah, no, I'm not a huge fan. Would you really put it top 5 though?
No.
Yeah, there you go. So you're speaking my language.
7.
Yeah, 7's fine.
7. Look at
Well,
that.
what
Look at that.
do you what don't you like about it? What
I think
Ahsoka's.
no, I mean it's really leaning hard on like the samurai aspect of it.
God forbid.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Oh my gosh, it reminds me too much of our world.
How about
Remember us being on a team? Or team.
Okay.
Yeah.
how about Dooku? How about the curve tilt?
Can that be top? Like,
Seeing
we don't know what else is on here.
seeing how you guys
think
feel.
4?
Well, where do you want to put it?
I just am thinking about other stuff that could be on here.
It could be. But what if it's not?
Fine, 4.
Number 4.
4.
4 for Dooku. Some people really like the curve tilt, and some people can't stand
into it.
It's pretty
Cool.
cool.
I
It is cool.
am too. How about Luke's V2, the green one from Return of the Jedi? I will tell you after you place it where. Okay.
There's only one that's above it.
Exactly. And why aren't you putting it at that?
Fine, number 2. Fine.
Number 2. I will go ahead and tell you that is, if I was ranking this would be my number 1. That is my favorite lightsaber.
Yeah, I think it's my favorite too, although it sometimes swaps with the other one.
You were talking about it earlier, Konnor. I'm curious, and this one might be interesting because it is customizable, but how about Cal Kestis?
That one's tough because what do you go with?
Which one?
Let's go with this base one, that has like the
that thing that's sticking off of it.
I really like Cal Kestis's. What do we have so far? What do we have open?
I think we could do 6.
You have 1, 3, 6, 8, 9, 10.
I think 6.
I'm going to 6.
Yeah, 6 is good.
I really like Cal's. That emitter that's like on his base.
That's cool looking.
I like how long it is too, because it's meant to be double bladed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How about the OG, the Skywalker saber? Call it Luke's, Rey's, Anakin's, number 1. Makes perfect sense.
All right. That's all
what would I do? Put it at 10?
Sometimes you have whack opinions, so I don't know. Sometimes you just like to irk me on purpose.
Oh, I see.
Here's another one that I think is controversial, but how about Mace Windu's?
The Electrum lightsaber, his amethyst blade. I thought you liked this one.
It's all right, but I mean, what about the? I'm thinking about our placements.
You still have
8.
3, and then 8, 9, and 10.
8's fine.
All right, number 8.
That's grown on me over the years, honestly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to decide if I just want to throw you an absolute curveball or
do it.
Yeah,
do it.
How about what do I want to go with here? How about Obi-Wan's, but from the Phantom Menace?
Oh, you had to do that one, huh? No, but Obi-Wan's V2 goes in 3.
It's the same thing as Luke. Stop it. It's the same shape.
No, it's not.
It's the same shape. It's just different colors.
It's similar.
It's similar. It's similar. It's 3.
Oh,
It's 3.
It's like his favorite lightsaber. Man,
I honestly, this may be a hot take. I think his Phantom Menace one, I like it just a little bit more than his Revenge of the Sith one.
Whatever.
I like
between.
them both, but 3, okay.
Let it be known, 10.
Hey, that's called growth, kids.
No, it's not called growth. It's called. I don't know, but
we put Luke at 2, and that's your favorite.
That's true.
So
okay,
we're letting bygones be bygones.
All we have left is 9 and 10.
Okay,
he's gonna give us some bangers. You watch.
There's not a whole lot of bangers left. Who?
We'll find out.
All right.
How are we feeling about the Darksaber?
10.
Yeah, get out of here.
He doesn't like it a lot. I do like it.
Really?
But
I think it's aggravating. Like that it seems like it's such a big deal and then it just gets broken. They're like, oh.
Yeah.
Like that's the whole thing. It's like, the whole thing's the story, the legend. And then it's like
then he just breaks it.
Yeah, he just breaks it. Okay, cool guys.
Whatever. Do you think we see it rebuilt at any point, whether that be in Mando and Grogu or
why
they
not?
just?
We're
I feel like
I was gonna say he's got his blaster back and his ship back. Might as well have the Darksaber back.
Grogu's back.
Yeah,
sure.
I guess
Nothing's permanent.
I don't care. Yeah, I mean, nothing's ever really gone, Konnor.
Yeah.
Somehow the Darksaber returned.
Exactly.
But the last one, meaning your number 9 spot, is Darth Vader.
That's okay. I'm actually not the biggest fan of Darth Vader's.
It looks like Yoda's.
What banger am I missing?
I'm surprised you didn't say Darth Maul's.
Yeah, or Obi-Wan V2. I really like Qui-Gon's lightsaber.
Talking about Happy Meal toy. Looks like a Happy Meal toy. Just looks. Let's go on down, get him some Happy Burger. Oh, you got Qui-Gon.
Baylan Skoll's lightsaber is really cool.
Yes.
I like that one a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baylan.
I like Palpatine.
Baylan and Shin. Yeah.
Yeah, I like Palpatine. You don't really like Palpatine.
Yeah. It's since that you guys bullied me a lot in that episode,
Oh.
and that it's grown on me.
Yeah. I like how small it is that it can just like fit in his palm, and that it has Electrum on it. I think it's like mocking the Jedi.
So we ended up with the Darksaber at 10, Vader at 9, Mace Windu at 8, Ahsoka's white ones at 7, Cal Kestis at 6, Kylo at 5, Dooku at 4, Obi-Wan Phantom Menace at 3, Luke V2 at 2, and the Skywalker Saber at number 1.
Sounds like a darn good list.
You know what that sounds like? That sounds like Beyond the Dune Sea wrote that.
Hey.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we were going for. That's exactly what we were going for. So I'm curious now. We have a lot of upcoming Star Wars projects, either announced or rumored. This year alone, we have Mando and Grogu, Ahsoka Season 2, Maul Shadow Lord, possibly the third Cal Kestis game. Starfighter is out there on the horizon, a Rey movie, an Heir to the Empire, Dave Filoni movie. What are the projects that you guys are looking forward to most coming our way for Star Wars?
I am excited to talk about Maul Shadow Lord, just because I do like that era of Star Wars. I do like too that like the returning cast. Like I want to see what happens with Rook cast. I'm excited with Marok. I'm excited with
Talon.
Yeah, who?
Darth Talon,
maybe. Yeah, just that like I feel like this is in that nice little area where there could be a lot of intersecting characters that we already know too, along with meeting new ones. So that could be kind of cool. Trying to think anything else, like Mando and Grogu, because I know that I just know they're hiding stuff. This movie's not about what they're saying it's about.
I agree.
There's something there's something else going on with that movie, so I'm really curious about it. And Hunt for Ben Solo, if that ever happens. Yeah, so there you go.
According to Kathleen, it's not totally as off the table as we at one point thought it was.
Ben Solo's back on the menu, boys. Yeah,
we'll see. Konnor, how about you?
Probably Jedi 3, is my most anticipated project, and Ahsoka season
Yeah.
2. I like everything he's
But-
cooking with that.
I was gonna say, I want to know when that's coming. That's the whole thing. That's
Yeah.
why, because I'm like, I feel like that's just in the ether somewhere.
I think that now that it's confirmed that Maul's coming out in the spring, Ahsoka's got to be a fall or a late fall winter drop.
Star Wars and Christmas makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't know, you hear a lot about like Dave really had to fight for Ahsoka season 2, so I think he's trying to make sure it's perfect, and that's why they're not coming out with an announcement yet. They also have a lot like going on right now, like with Maul and Mando and Grogu, which we've seen like no marketing for Mando and Grogu. I think it's just they don't want to give too much to us just yet, so that's why they're holding off on the release. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's later this year. So Ahsoka season 2 and Jedi 3 are definitely my most anticipated. Yeah. How about you? What's your project you're most hyped for?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with everything that you guys just said. Maul Shadow Lord obviously looks amazing with the trailer that we got earlier today. I'm very excited for Mando and Grogu. Just having Star Wars back in theaters again, and it not being, obviously, we saw Revenge of the Sith in theaters last year, but something that's not new, Star Wars back in theaters again, has me obviously very excited. Jedi 3, yeah, absolutely. Cal Kestis is one of my favorite characters of the Disney era, I guess. Ahsoka season 2, obviously, I am very excited for that. I'm hoping that, with the idea of Dave kind of having a movie after that to kind of wrap up everything in the Mando verse, or whatever we're going to call it, everything that kind of takes place around that time. And Thrawn and, Balin and Shin, I liked a lot. So yeah, Ahsoka season 2, I think is going to get really, I think that's going to be on a very different level than season 1. I think it's going to step it up big time. So yeah, I mean, Starfighter, I'm cautiously optimistic. Starfighter kind of scares me.
Same.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a huge Ryan Gosling guy, so I'm kind of interested to see how somebody of his star power comes into Star Wars and plays in the sandbox without taking it over. Same thing with like Amy Adams is apparently in that movie, and she's
Right.
I don't know how she's gonna fit in Star Wars, and I was really thinking there weren't going to be lightsabers in that movie, and now apparently Tom Cruise is directing lightsaber fights on that set. So I have no idea what to think about Starfighter.
Yeah, no, we'll see, huh? It's
it's definitely got a lot of question marks right now, but on the immediate horizon, season 2 of Ahsoka, Maul, Mando, Cal Kestis, all that, I'm very, very, very excited for. I'm curious. I see it on a poster right between you, but I'm curious what are some fandoms that you guys are a part of outside of Star Wars? What else do you get super nerdy about?
I like Lord of the Rings. I really like Spider-Man. I'm a big Green Lantern fan.
Favorite Spider-Man?
What do you mean? Like my favorite actor, or comic series, or what?
Favorite actor?
Well, Christopher Daniel Barnes, the guy that played him in the 90s cartoon, like that voice, like that's who I hear in my head. But I guess probably Toby would probably be my favorite live action one. So yeah. Or Jake Johnson as Peter B. Parker from the Spider-Verse movies. I think he does a great job.
Just watched both of those movies again the other day. So yeah.
And yeah, I was gonna say that Avatar is behind us. I really enjoy Avatar. So yeah. There's a few. I got a couple.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings, 100%. Used to be Assassin's Creed, but Ubisoft has broke my heart too many times. Elden Ring. I'm like really into the lore of Elden Ring. It's so interesting to me.
I have a friend that'll be very happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. Trying to think if there's any other like fandoms. It's really
You like
those-
Fallout?
Yeah, I'm not like I like Fallout.
Okay.
But I'm not
Okay.
like
All right.
into Fallout. Elder Scrolls, though, on the other hand, yes, very
Yeah.
much an Elder Scrolls guy. Trying to like look around here and see like what other stuff.
You like some of the Indiana Jones movies.
Yeah, I do
Yeah.
love indie, but that's not really
Yeah.
like I wouldn't call that a fandom necessarily.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know.
Gotcha.
Not
Probably
not
those
not unless you're Alex the indie guy. You don't get to
Right.
quote that as your own fandom.
Mhm.
I mean, I love the movies. My favorite movie of all time is
Yeah.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, so it's
It's
definitely
in
up there.
it's in my letterbox top 4.
Yeah, it's great. So yeah,
But,
probably those. You know, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. Those are like, and Assassin's Creed are like my top 3. Again, Assassin's Creed not so much these days, but man, I was deep into that lore for a very long time.
Oh yeah, I have a lot of hours on Assassin's Creed 3. So
Yes, you're my man right there. Too many people clown on that game. It's so good.
yeah,
It's one of my favorites.
but yeah, I mean, there's so many fandoms out there. I mean, you know, I'm a big Marvel guy. I got very into the MCU. It's kind of hurting my feelings right now, but you know, we'll see what happens between now and the end of the year when Avengers Doomsday comes out.
We'll
get
see.
more and more worried about that every day.
It's a big we'll see. Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I got very into Stranger Things last year and watched that for the first time and enjoyed it. And you know, I very much enjoyed Arrow when it came out. Something that I don't think gets enough, you know, people talking about it. It kind of went on too long and had too many spin-offs and everything like that. But at this point, you know, what doesn't?
Yeah.
But so this next question is one that I always like to ask because I never know what I'm going to get out of this question, and I want both of you to answer in a hypothetical universe. I was going to say Kathleen Kennedy, but it's not her anymore. So if Dave Filoni came to you both and said, you can come up with anything in the realm of Star Wars that you want. It can be a movie, a show, animated, live action, book, comic, video game, casting choice, pretty much anything that you say in the next 60 seconds. We're going to do it, and saying no is not an option. What are you throwing on the table?
I got this one off the dome. If you need me
Go
to
for it. Yeah, because I always
anything you
think
want.
that.
For me, I would want to make a story, maybe on Coruscant. I'm not sure. I want to make a noir style whodunit in the Star Wars universe. Probably a movie. I would want like just a wild cast of characters. Maybe there could be a, you know, someone that we know involved. I would like to have the opportunity to throw in somebody you do know, maybe as a cameo at some point, because I mean that's part of the fun of Star Wars. I don't care if people think it's fan service; it's fun. But a nice campy whodunit in Star Wars, that's what I want.
Okay, yeah, I got it. I got you. All right, Solo 2, but it's a series. 3 episodes about Han and Chewie, 3 episodes about Lando, 3 episodes about Kira and Maul. Nice and tight. They all intertwine a little bit. There you go.
Yes, please. Where can I sign? Where's the petition? Where's the petition that I can sign for?
Yeah.
Honestly,
there's a Disney Plus series for you where you basically get, we'll do it like Andor style, where basically you get 3 mini movies and they all kind of intersect at certain points.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, I always get a different answer for that question, so that's always a definitely one. Some of mine are, uh, I think it's time to recast some of those OG characters. You know, you have Alden as Han and Donald Glover as Lando. You know, you have Jonas who took over for Peter Mayhew, and Billy Lord is right there to play Leia. You know, all you really need is a Luke. And I think it's time to where you can do something more with them other than a deep fake cameo where all they can keep up with is standing there and reciting dialogue, which
Yep.
is about all they can do now. I think it's time for that. I think, you know, with Harrison more or less not acting anymore, and you know Carrie unfortunately passing away, and Mark Hamill, I think he's kind of done with Star Wars, and you know I think it's and I mean I don't want them popping up in everything, but the ability to use them in a story, if you know,
Yeah. Stop
like
being so scared. Let's bring them on.
Yep.
as awesome as the finale, the season 2 finale of Mando was, it was kind of off-putting to me that he had his hood up the whole time, but that was clearly just to conceal that it was a different actor. So, you know, I think if you get an actor that is going to be your new Luke, you can do things like that and still see his face. And I
Yeah.
think it's time. I think it's time. The other thing that I would say is I think there needs to be a animated Clone Wars style show set in the sequel era, where sometimes you're following Kylo and Rey and Finn, and kind of like Clone Wars. Sometimes you're with Anakin and Obi-Wan and the characters you know, and then sometimes you're not. I think an animated show in that area with some of those characters, but also establishing some of its own characters and stuff like that. I think it would do a lot to soften the blow on the sequels a little bit. And I just think it's a good strategy for every kind of era of Star Wars to have a show like that, where sometimes you're with your main cast and sometimes you're off doing other things. So those are kind of the two that I like to throw out there.
Good stuff.
And but there's some a Star Wars what if show would be nuts.
Dude,
I
that's
could
such
do
a
we
easy
could
money,
have a
man. Yeah.
whole nother conversation about what if scenarios. But if you had to give me one, what would be your number one what if scenario for Star Wars if they were going to go that route? I don't know if they ever will, but
mine's the obvious one. Show me what happens if Obi-Wan can turn Anakin on Mustafar. Show me that. Or if Anakin defeats Obi-Wan on Mustafar.
Well, you've already seen that. It's at the end of the Revenge of the Sith game.
That's true. Yeah. Okay, fine. Then another one. Show me Darth Vader living at the end of Return of the Jedi. What does that look like?
I'm trying to remember what some of ours that we talked about before. I'm trying to remember what it was what would happen if Ahsoka decided to go with Maul when he offers her that I did that for a Tales of the Archives episode where I like kind of mapped out what the rest of basically what episode 3 would be like. And so that.
Yeah, dude. I would that would be cool. What so kind of to wrap it up, what is the future of Beyond the Dune Sea look like? What would you want it to be? What's on the horizon for you guys?
Always looking out into the horizon.
Yes. Got to focus on here in the present. I don't know.
We've got as far as like short-term goals, we've got we're doing Tier List Madness again in March. We're very excited about that. That was a lot of fun last year.
Yeah. And we're going to cover Maul and we'll cover The Mandalorian, and
it'll be fun to cover a movie that's like out
in theaters. Yeah.
That'd be
It'd
cool.
be fun too to like go to it together. Yeah, and like maybe do something at the theater that could be kind of fun.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
We want to do more like we a couple months ago we did the Blasters tier list, and we had a little short film basically at the beginning of it that we made, and that is some of the most fun that we've had making anything. And I want to do more stuff like that,
more collaborations with
more
people.
collaborations, and just taking like the skits kind of started off as these silly little things that we did sometimes, but we've been trying to find ways to integrate them more into the content and tell stories through this format. You know, like we make a podcast adjacent show. How can we tell a story within that?
Yeah,
and
like
exploring that.
Yeah, you watched the sequel videos, like how using that cop drama to kind of tell a story through those reviews. Yeah.
So
and I love that. I mean, it's as engaging as the, I guess, podcast part, you know, where you're sitting in front of the microphones and having the conversation, and you get the in the friend's basement kind of feeling. As much as I love that, the skits do, it definitely takes it to a whole new level of, it's more than it's engaging on top of being entertaining, on top of being, all these other things. So
well, that's quite a review. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
But that's the goal, I guess, going forward. We like to call them events. Like we kind of have, like the sequel trilogy was like an event that we did, and like we're about to do Avatar, because every now and again we go outside of Star Wars and do what we like to call, may the Lord bless you and keep you.
Sorry.
We like to do what we call beyond events. So we did Pirates of the Caribbean and Lord of the Rings. And so that's where we really like to live, is planning for those events. So Tier List Madness is one we've got coming up. We're going to do kind of a Mandalorian mini beat later in the year, and come up with some other stuff.
I was going to say, when Ahsoka comes out, we'll do something big for that. There's maybe talk with Doomsday, maybe doing something with the MCU. We're not really sure what that looks like through the lens of Beyond the Dune Sea, but yeah.
It's just kind of focusing more on the storytelling. That's what we love most, is the storytelling and finding how to use this weird medium to tell stories, while being authentic at the same time. It's a tough balance. So
it very much is. I'm definitely still trying to figure out where that authenticity lies, and everything like
it really
that.
is.
Yeah.
You want to be real, but you also don't want to turn people away if you got a hot take or something,
I don't have any. I don't think I have any like crazy hot takes, other than I'm like, Solo's good, and my hottest take is probably Andor related.
Yeah, but you hate Andor?
No, I don't hate it. I just didn't love it as much as everybody else did.
That's him. Yep.
It wasn't it. And I think part of it is, because I like stuff where and I'm not saying this is a bad thing, but to me, Andor didn't feel as much like Star Wars as like The Mandalorian or Ahsoka or something like that, which is not bad. And I'm glad that Star Wars is kind of pushing into different directions. Andor was just, I think, more for other people than it was for me. And I think that's fine.
It's missing that magic.
Yeah.
That fairy tale aspect of it.
Literally missing the magic.
Yeah.
So that's
that doesn't mean
the
it's
hottest
bad
take that I have.
It means that just not into it. Yeah.
I mean, look, and I'm gonna get drug on the internet for this, but more than I already have been. But I liked Andor. Don't get me wrong, but there are other Star Wars things that I definitely feel like are more for me than Andor was.
Yeah, I feel the same. I get you.
But Konnor, Seth, thank you so much for coming on. Where can everybody find you guys and your show? And if you're watching this already, you should already know who they are, but in case you don't.
You could find us at Beyond the Dune Sea on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, on Spotify from time to time. Trying to be better about that. Yeah, those are the mainly on YouTube. That's our main kind of stomping ground, and we like to engage with. Oh, and Discord. I guess we have a Discord too. I think you could find that on our channel. Although I'm really bad about making sure that link is
It's
up to date.
true. And October was the last one that worked. I was told.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
will.
Well,
I will link.
Yeah.
I will link the Discord in the description of this video.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Helping me out doing my own marketing. Yes, thank you so much for having us, man. This has been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you for being the guest for episode 10 of the show.
Double digits.
Did not think I would get to 10 episodes. I did not think I could put out 4 in the month of January, but here we are.
Hey, you know what? We'll see you at 100.
Yes. And hopefully
maybe we could come back for 100.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. You guys can absolutely come back on anytime you would like. I hope to see you guys at Rebel Scum Con, and anywhere else beyond.
Sounds good.
But
sounds good to us.
Until next time, thank you guys so much for coming on, and may the force be with you.